you're not late. You're not late, Win. I just had to get water. Definitely not late. What's pretty late is my delay, though. I usually have a better delay than that. It's usually basically instant. We are. This is going to be a replay of our JLPC match, which is a. What's good, Fat Fidget? What's good, man? No, you're actually you're actually pretty early. Because I just started and then I went and got water. Because I started posting it and wanted to give people a little bit of a chance to get in to the stream before I got started. But this is gonna be a JLPC match, and then I've got some replays from last week's TCL matches that I'm just gonna go through and kind of talk about, kind of like a recap for the week for the TCL. Which, if you don't know, it's one of the leagues that I actually run over on the YouTube's channel, YouTube server. Danny and I both run it, and then Pokepans runs it as well. There are a couple people run it, but right now we've got 2 leagues going. Usually we would have a match for that on here, but we already did our match from last week, so we already streamed our match from last week, and I haven't played the match for this week. I had asked him if he wanted to play tonight, but we're gonna have to figure out a time later in the week. But what's good, Fidget? It's good to see you, man. I usually stream later than you can even watch, so it's awesome to see you in here. Likewise, you usually stream earlier than what I can visit. Time zones is a tough thing. But anyway, this was the team that we brought for our opponent. So our opponent had I appreciate it, dude. I appreciate it. Our opponent had Azumarill, which is super threatening. They have Dragonite, which is super threatening. Let me see if I can pull up the team, actually, in a way that is really viewable for you guys. Let's see here. I don't know if I'll be able to pull the team up in a way that is viewable with this source. And my OBS is doing this weird thing where it doesn't want to reconnect my camera, my web camera, after I switch to different sources, or different scenes, I should say. Let's see here. Here, this is the one we want. Okay, let's see how this looks. I think you guys can see this pretty well. So, yeah, let's pull up the team that we're playing, because I should be able to pull this up in a way that you guys can see it. How's that? Yeah, you guys can see that perfectly fine. Now these might be a little bit small for you. I can't really tell because my OBS screen is pretty small. Waffle exam questions? I'm not sure if I know the reference. When? Go ahead and post them, but I'm not sure if I know what the reference is. To be honest with you, I'm not sure if I know the reference. But anyway, so they had a Dragonite, Azumarill, Dugtrio, Rotom-Mow, Sharpedo, Piloswine, Drifblim, Gallade, Magmar, and Bastiodon. Looking at their team, I know that Dragonite and Azumarill are absolutely coming. Rotom-Mow is absolutely coming. I kind of thought Piloswine would come just because it looks good against most teams in BDSP. It really looks good. And then I wanted to see... I thought I was going to see Dugtrio and Sharpedo. Now, I thought Dugtrio because Raikou actually looks really good. Oh, I getcha. No, I don't remember. I'll be honest. I've slept like 3 or 4 times since then. But I do remember that chat. Oh, actually, this spoils the results. I didn't even realize. Let's see if we can go here. Is this one that's going to be even smaller? That is going to be even smaller. Yeah, okay, we're going to have to do that from right here. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, so I was pretty sure that he would bring Rotom-Mow, Azumarill, Dragonite, and Piloswine. They all looked really good against my team. So those four I was pretty sure were coming. Now the next two were the ones that were toss-ups. Now I thought Sharpedo actually had a good matchup against us because it could get the speed boost. It could be rough skin. It's probably not going to be rough skin, but more than likely speed boost. And a special variant actually did a lot of damage to my team. So I was really scared of seeing a special Sharpedo. If it was physically offensive, then I could just go into Skarm or Azumarill and no problems. We were also running another thing to kind of counteract that as well. And I figured the Dugtrio would come because actually our Raikou looks really good against his team. He doesn't want to get Scald Burned on anything. Thunderbolt basically yoinks everything but Dugtrio. And we do have some countermeasures for that in place. But now that you guys have seen the team that we're going up against, I'm going to show you guys the team that we ended up bringing for it. So we brought Clefable with Leftovers Unaware, fully max defensive, with Moonblast Knockoff, Soft Boiled, and Stealth Rock. This was our countermeasure in case he was Belly Drum Azumarill. Because Belly Drum Azu just could run it can run a train on most teams, but especially our team. We didn't really have any counter for it other than Unaware Clefable. Now, if he was banned, I'm really scared of seeing Choice Band Azu because it basically two-shots everything on my team. Now, we do have some things that we can switch into. Obviously, Skarm is going to be our first swap from Azu because we're going to tank any one hit that it goes for. If it goes for a Play Rough, it's going to do like 20 to 30% if it's banded. If he decides to Belly Drum at that point, then we just switch straight into Clefable, and we're all good there. And we're going to get some damage off if he actually goes for an attack. So Skarm is our first swap. Our second swap would be if he's banded and he locks himself into Liquidation, then we can go to Celebi, because Celebi actually tanks a hit with from Liquidation, and then we can either U-turn out or Energy Ball, basically a free Energy Ball at that point. LT Mima, yeah, fuck you, Chase. Yeah, so then we have Flygon, which is basically just a bulky Flygon, basically utility Flygon. With Defog, U-turn, First Impression, and Roost. Now, we want to be able to get some good momentum with U-turn, and we also, because we want to be able to use this to swap in on the a potential like electric move from Rotom-Mow, because we don't have a lot of options for Rotom-Mow. If he goes for a Leaf Storm, if he starts firing off Leaf Storms, we're going to be in trouble because it basically destroys everything but Celebi. But we do have First Impression, so we can get a free switch off into it, like a double or, basically come in for free. We can click First Impression, and we're basically going to kill it. And if he decides to bring the Sharpedo, then we've got First Impression on the Flygon to kind of counteract that as well, because First Impression from our Flygon will actually kill the Sharpedo. And then we've got Raikou with Sugar Berry, and Calm Mind, Scald, Thunderbolt, and Extreme Speed. Now, the basically thought process here is as if he brings Dugtrio to try to trap me, then Sugar Berry is going to ensure that our Raikou lives at least one hit. We can Calm Mind up, Scald, and basically take that thing out. Now, Scald will not kill at +1, but it'll put it in a range of Extreme Speed. So we can basically Calm Mind. He'll probably switch in on it. So then we can get a free Calm Mind, Scald, and then Extreme Speed to take it out. And then Celebi is, again, going to be a utility Celebi with max HP and max special attack. We didn't really need a lot of speed on this because everything that this is going to be handling either isn't going to do enough damage to really threaten us, or doesn't really need to come into things that are much faster than it, because he does have a fairly slow team. The energy ball is obviously for Azumarill, assuming Azumarill is not Sap Sipper, so we do have to watch out for that. And U-turn to get us some momentum, and Stealth Rocks just looks really good against this team. It'll put Chip on the Drift Blim, it'll put Chip on... it could potentially break the Marvel scale on Dragonite, so if he's not HDB. So that is... So I will do names, but I always forget to name my stuff. And I'll make sure to name my team for next week. And then we've got Kingler, the king itself, running Scarf, Sheer Force, and this thing just does, even Scarf, like not Banded or Life Orb, this thing just does about 50% to everything on his team with Liquidation. It does about... I think it does about 40% to Azumarill if it's not like max HP. And even if it is max HP, it still does a ton. So this thing is going to be able to come in and revenge stuff pretty easily. Now we do have to put some chip on stuff to get the kill. That's part of the reason that we're going to have, we've got Stealth Rocks here, because we do want to get a little bit of chip. I think it's specifically if the Drift Blim has full defense, we need a little chip on that. I think that's it. Because Rock Slide kills Dragonite with a little bit of chip as well. But anyways, we will get into the match here as I'm gonna pull it up here. Hopefully. My camera. Nope, my camera's not working. And I picked the wrong one anyways. So I don't know why, but the camera is not wanting to switch between scenes. There we go. It's actually pretty small on this one. So, what we end up seeing, we thought that he would bring the Sharpedo and Dugtrio, and what he ends up bringing is Magmar and Drift Blim. Drift Blim I'm not worried about. Magmar is a little bit threatening to us because we didn't really bring, other than Kingler, we didn't really bring anything to switch into it if we need to. Drift Blim is definitely going to be utility, so we're expecting to be like Defog, maybe Tailwind. I don't expect a offensive Drift Blim because it can't really do that much to my team. But it could be scary if it's offensive. So, holy fucking balls. Okay. So here we got the match, and he leads off with the Drift Blim. And where our plan is just always lead with Flygon, because we can U-turn out on basically anything. If he leads with Dragonite, then we break his Marvel scale turn 1. If he decides to Dragon Dance at that point, then we can just go straight into Clefable. So it's not a problem there. I don't know if this song is... Okay, this is supposed to be no copyright. Okay. So, these songs are supposed to be no copyright, so hopefully we don't get claimed. So yeah, we're gonna lead with Flygon, and first turn we're just gonna U-turn out. What fucking A, man. It's okay. So we've U-turned out for turn 1. We're gonna go to Raikou because this thing, no matter what this thing has, if it Shadow Balls, it's gonna do like 20 to 30%. We're all good with that. So. He is going to set up the Tailwind, though, which I didn't exactly prepare for. We didn't exactly prepare for that. I'm going to change this song, because... oh, fantastic. Another song that's got... Alright. This song shouldn't have any vocals. It's probably not as loud. The music's probably not as loud for you guys as it is for me, but I do have it louder... in my ear, just so that I've got something to listen to. Yeah, I'm sorry you're feeling sick. This is definitely not an L team though, Chase. So he does go into the, after turn 1, he does hard swap into Rotom-Mow, which is a problem for us again, because Leaf Storm does a ton of damage to a lot of our team. But we should be able to go into Celebi here pretty easily. We do get the Scald off, That's what we basically made the middle ground play, because I thought maybe he would go to Piloswine expecting a Thunderbolt or a Volt Switch. We did not run the Volt Switch on Raikou this week. Maybe would have been a good one. It's good in hindsight because he didn't have the Duck Trio. We do get a burn on that, which is really, really good for us. And let's go to Celebi because, again, Leaf Storm does a ton of damage, and the crit even on our Celebi does 31%. But now we can just U-turn out of here, which I believe we're going to. He's faster than us. And we're just going to... actually, sorry. We set up the Stealth Rocks first. So we do set up Stealth Rocks here, which is really good for us. We're going to click Recover because no matter what he goes for... which I expected him to go for the Tailwind to get that set back up. But even if he clicked like Shadow Ball or something like that, it wasn't going to do enough damage to us to really threaten us out. So he does go for the Tailwind. We're now going to go for the U-turn. Shadow Ball actually does a lot more than what I expect it to. But that's okay. We're going to be able to come into Clefable here and just click Knock Off and get rid of whatever items are on stuff. And we do find out that this Rotom-Mow is, it was Heavy Duty Boots. And we get rid of the HDB on this. So this is, again, this is going really well for us because this Rotom-Mow is taking way too much damage here. Now, just looking at his team, his only possible defoggers are Rotom-Mow, Drifblim, and Dragonite. Dragonite does get defog, but probably not going to run it on Dragonite considering the team that he's got. So we're thinking either Rotom-Mow or Drifblim. Now, Drifblim is running Tailwind, which it's only going to have 4 moves, which I assume one of the other 2 moves is Will-O-Wisp and possibly Hex. So we're pretty much expecting this to be defog here. Which means we're going to get a free switch into Celebi as he goes for the defog. So now we can freely recover off of the Volt Switch here. As he goes to Dragonite, which is actually pretty scary. But that's okay, because we can hard swap into Skarm. If he is banded here, then he's going to do no damage at all to Skarm. If he's set up, then we can just go straight into Clefable. And again, he's not going to be that threatening. But he does go for the Iron Head, takes more damage on him than what he does to us. We do expect the Rotom-Mow to come back out here, so we do set up some free spikes. And we're expecting either a Volt Switch or a Defog, which Volt Switch from him probably would have been the better play. But we're just going to go straight into Flygon here. So we go straight into the Flygon, hard swapping to it because I'm expecting either a Volt Switch or Defog, which he does go for the Defog. Now here we can click First Impression all day, but I want to click U-turn because I don't think he's going to stay in. I really don't think he's staying in here. And I don't want to reveal the First Impression, but he does end up staying in and going for the Will-O-Wisp as we go for the U-turn, which does kind of suck. It does suck, but that's okay. It is okay. We're going to bring Raikou in for free. He does bring in the Piloswine. I expect him to go for an EQ here, but he actually goes for the Icicle Spear. Gets a crit on the last hit, which is gonna matter so much. That matters so much because we might have survived. We actually would have survived 3 hit Icicle Spears, I believe. Yeah, we would have survived if you hadn't gotten that crit, so that really sucks. We would have taken this thing out, but he is going to. We're gonna let Raikou go down, which kind of sucks because again we got no kills with Raikou. 2 weeks in and we've let Raikou go down in the first 15 turns. But we are going to come into Kingler, and again, what we talked about earlier was that Liquidation has almost no switch ends on his team. So we are going to click Liquidation here as he goes for the Ice Shard, and we are going to take out Bayman Mammo pretty easily. We're not ready to hit this thing hard yet, even though I expected the Tailwind. We're going to go into Flygon, and then we're going to U-turn right out, because we can bring in Clefable pretty freely. And we can just click Knock Off here. Knock Off is the freest attack here in the game. And he does end up going to Azumarill, which is huge because if this thing is banded, then we get rid of its band. If it is belly drum, then we get rid of its citrus berry. So no matter what, because he's hard swapped into this Azumarill, we're finding out what his set is. And we do see the citrus berry get knocked off, and we do learn that this is a belly drum set. Now, he decides to belly drum anyways against us, which definitely was a mistake because unaware. And he definitely forgot about unaware. We're just going to click Moonblast as he goes for a play rough, and it does basically nothing. And that's when he realizes that we're unaware. Yeah, it basically does nothing. We're going to soft boiled and get rid of this thing. And our Clefable is still sitting at full health, so there is almost nothing this guy can do. We are going to switch into Flygon as he goes for the taunt, which I don't really know why he went for the taunt there. If anything, I was going to click Knockoff because I was at full health already, which would have been worse for him. So I don't understand the taunt there, to be honest with you. But we are going to go to Flygon for free. We're going to U-turn here as he swaps into Dragonite, and we find out that this Dragonite is in fact not... This Dragonite is not heavy-duty boots, which means we can come in with Kingler and click Rock Slide and destroy this thing. Absolutely destroy this thing. Unfortunately, Drifblim could have Will-O-Wisp here, which means we cannot click Rock Slide because Rock Slide doesn't kill. Liquidation would have killed, but unfortunately we're going to have to go out into Clefable as he goes for the Thunderbolt, which would have killed. Definitely would have killed us if we did not get the KO, which we would not have. It was a roll in his favor. He is going to click Strength Sap on our Clefable, and we're just going to wear this thing down. I think he probably expected me to double back into Kingler, because at this point Kingler can just win the game. He continues to Strength Sap, but again, our Clefable is unaware, so none of these moves are even affecting us. Now, we want to finish the game off with Kingler here, so we're going to go into Flygon as he gets a crit and just does an amazing amount of damage. And then we're going to hard swap into Kingler, and we're going to click Liquidation and show who's boss with Kingler. Kingler picking up 3 kills. Could have been 4 if we were locked into if we could have locked into Liquidation. And yeah, Kingler putting in the work, and we do get the victory. So that was a 5-0, which we really needed because we got 6-0 within the first week, which I never showed just because it was a 80-turn stall fest. And wasn't really fun to play or watch, to be honest with you. But yeah, that is the match. Jeff is going to be so mad. Jeffrey is going to be so mad that he missed the stream. Man's gonna be so mad that he missed this stream because he helped me. He did help us prep for this match. He ended up doing a mock. Actually, I can pull up the mock as well. Where are we looking at? What are we looking at? I've got a draft. I've got a draft league that's in draft right now, so I want to make sure that if we get to pick. But this guy is still not picked. Why is this guy still not picked? Okay. So now we're going to move on into matches that were not ours, and we're going to take a look at some of the matches and the other matches in the TCL this week. First, we have Ozzo and Meloncat. I'm not going to do this every week, but I figured since I don't have any other matches to look at, we can kind of do a little kind of like. I can't even think of the word. Recap kind of last week in the TCL. Now we already did our match. If you missed it, we did it on a stream. Just look up just look at the last stream that we did. That was our match here. Let's see what our decks here. Okay, so Melon Cat was somebody that we actually lost to earlier in the season. And Ozzo is currently undefeated. So this is two undefeated teams going up against each other. And we're going to see Melon start off with the Scun Tank against Volcanion. And honestly, I don't know why I didn't switch to Milotic here. Milotic was always the switch. 100% of the time, Milotic is the switch here. Because this thing has nothing to hit Milotic unless he is like Power Herb, Solar Beam, and even then I don't think it kills Milotic if we're being honest. Now he switches into the Milotic as he gets toxic. Could have probably gone for the flip turn here. I think the flip turn should have always been the play, but he doesn't really run flip turn on his Milotic for some reason. For some reason, he doesn't really run flip turn Milotic, which I don't think. I think he should. Danny, if you're in here, tell your brother to run flip turn Milotic because it's going to give him so much more momentum. Because he could have clicked flip turn. On this coming in, and then he could have at least brought Cinderace out, honestly, and just click Pyro Ball. He could have just clicked Pyro Ball. Now he's got Terrakion behind Aurora Veil, and he can do nothing with Skunting against this. As he clicks Rock Polish, he's still going to be able to do nothing to this thing. He clicks Autotomize, Autotomize, but plus 2 to Terrakion is just gonna wreck his team. Even Milotic doesn't do any. I don't know why toxic there. Even behind Aurora Veil, Scald probably still, if it doesn't kill, he can come in with Crook or Skuntank with Skuntank or Kubfu, and probably finish this thing off because Scald is going to do a million to this thing at minus what 3 or 4. So I don't know why he went for Toxic. Lumberry was a good bring on his part. Close combat. Cinderace is always dying here, always. Does he finally bring? No, he still doesn't bring the Crook out. Still does not bring Crook, and I'm pretty sure his Crook is his Crook was Intimidate, and he still didn't bring it out. So he could have gone. He had the Milotic. He could have clicked Scald, put this thing basically in range of dying, basically. And then once his Milotic dies, he could have gone to Crook, dropped his attack a little bit, and then gone into Skuntank. And it probably would have died on the Aftermath. So he would have still had Cinderace, Crook, and Kubfu left to take on the rest of the team. Now, it would have been a tall order, but I think he could have made it not a 6-0, basically. He could have made it not a 6-0. And he still had his Dynamax as well. So he still had Kubfu. Kubfu would have actually been basically full HP on the Dynamax. Because here, it's not going to be able to do enough damage to Wigglytuff. Max Starfalls, 2 Max Starfalls is going to kill this thing. So that is going to be the match. Melon Cat is going to lose 5-0. Okay, so we're going to go into the match with our boy Jeff. We're going against Jeff here. Just trying to make sure that it's not my turn on the draft. Sorry. Jeff is going against Sincero. We're actually playing Sincero this week, so this is a good match to watch. And he's going to Jeff's going to lead off with Weavile, as we see the Alolan Raichu as well. He's probably I don't know why he didn't click knockoff here. I don't even know if he ran knockoff on Weavile, but knockoff would have been amazing against this Reboot, because then it's got no bulk at all. No Eviolite left. He's going to hard swap into Slowbro. He is the Rocky Helmet variant. So now already Reboot is at like 50%. And Reboot is Sincero's Dynamax captain. So it is pretty threatening in that light. So as a Dynamax captain, Reboot is very scary in this league. Of course, he does go for the Future Sight, which is a pretty good play on his part. He goes into a Metal. I don't know if Jeff realized, but Rillaboom does get Superpower and Drain Punch. So I'm not sure why this was his swap. But of course, Double Iron Bash was always going to kill. So he had to switch out anyways. I don't know why he didn't go to Urshifu. It would have survived a Double Iron Bash. And then he could have done what he just did. So Sincero lost his Rillaboom, which Rillaboom didn't look that great against this team. But good enough. So good enough, because it could threaten the Slowbro, and he can always click U-turn on the Slowbro as well. So Raichu comes in for free. He's going to go for the Rising Voltage. This Vikavolt is always going to resist, no matter what this Raichu goes for. He does put up the Sticky Web. I don't know that he needed them. But it definitely is nice for the Urshifu. And obviously, Slowbro is going to always be a switch. Sincero let way too much damage go on his Rillaboom and his Reboot. Definitely. Hopefully he does that to me this week. Raichu Alola is going to go... Actually, Psychic did so much more to that Vikavolt than I thought it would. I don't remember if... Oh, Jeff, I'm doing recaps of the other matches. So I already did my match. You'll have to go back and watch. But I'm doing recaps of your guys' matches. So I did... yeah, I was saying I don't know if you were defensive or not. I thought Psychic would be resisted since you're a part bug, but apparently it's not. So yeah, he goes for the Psychic. Comes into Weavile again. Yeah, Ozzo, I already did your match too. I just figured I would do some recaps of your guys' matches last week, because I only had one match. I've only had one match played so far this week, and I had time to stream tonight, so decided to do. I don't remember, Jeff, if you ran knockoff on this Weavile, but you had so many chances to knock off on him. Another one being right here, which I think you go for the... that time you... Okay, so you did have knockoff. Okay, so you go for the knockoff, get rid of the Choice Band. That's a huge play as well. First turn, I think he led Raichu, and you led Weavile, and you went for a Fake Out for some reason, when I thought you could have gone for knockoff and knocked... the Reboot off. Yeah, if you were especially defensive, that psychic did a lot more than I thought it would. Obviously, it's your team, so I didn't do calcs for you, but that did a lot of damage. Your Slowbro, he had no... So he let his Rillaboom die to your Melmetal. And I said this already before you hopped in, but he let Rillaboom die to Melmetal. And that was one of his 2 counters for your Slowbro. And now that he doesn't have it, he's got no way to break your Slowbro. I don't think... Well, Raichu, I guess, can be a counter, but he goes for the Rising Voltage. And here's the thing. Jeff did not want to bring Bandit Zygarde. And I told him, hey, dude, Bandit Zygarde just absolutely goes in on Sincero's team. Absolutely goes in. You can just literally click 1,000 arrows anytime you want. And here he does. He brings the Bandit Zygarde. He goes for Skitter Smack for some reason. Which again, I don't think you needed to go for Skitter Smack, but you get the kill. You get the kill on Mew. You probably would have killed that too. I don't know. It's resisted. You're banded though. He does go for the Surging Strikes, which is always a dangerous play when there's a Rocky Helmet Slowbro on the other side. I think he clicks Psychic here. No, he does. He clicks Rising Voltage again, and you're just going to be able to click Outrage and finish off the rest of his team. Did get close here, though. Did get close here. So yeah, Jeff gets the win. He gets the 5-0 against Sincero, which was a really big match for Jeff because this puts him into the 4th spot. So he was 1-2 at this point, and a win put him in a playoff spot. Yeah, you needed the differential as well. But I told you, Bandit Zygarde just went in on his team. So I'm glad you listened to me at least once. And then we have the final match, VMI versus Fish. You should be okay against Fish and Mod. Although you guys all make the same kind of weird plays, if that makes sense. You don't make as many as they do, but I feel like you make some weird plays sometimes. So leads are Maractus and Tapu Fini. Yeah, I know. I played his team. His team is very scary. He added the Buzzwole. He added the Buzzwole. He added the Cobalion off of Danny and I's suggestion. He does go to Maractus. Maractus versus this thing. Komodo is not... I feel like that should have done more, to be honest. But VMI is just going to let his Komodo get basically stalled to death. This VMI had nothing... He didn't know what to do against this Maractus, to be honest with you. He had literally no clue how to deal with this Maractus. And I don't know what kind of set this is. I literally don't know what kind of set this Komodo is, because I don't even know what it is. He does go to the Spiky Shield again as he goes for Body Press. Body Press wasn't going to do anything, so I don't know why he Iron Defensed. Body Press on Maractus. Maractus got like a million. Maractus got like a million defense. Okay. Yeah, Maractus got like a million defense, and yeah, this. So when he brought this Hatterene out, I assumed he had Mystical Fire. My favorite pseudo? What's my favorite pseudo? Yeah, so Jeff just talking at his ass. Okay, so he brings out the Hatterene. I assumed he was going to go for Mystical Fire here, but he sets up Trick Room. Burns a turn of it. Going for Draining Kiss. And hitting the Spiky Shield. He just literally had nothing for this Maractus. VMI kind of saw this Maractus and just like had no clue how to deal with it. Psychic did a million to it, actually. He should have been going for Psychic the whole time. I don't think he needed to set up the Trick Room either. He goes for Draining Kiss again, which I don't know why. Because the turn before, see, he's just like running... He's just... I guess he was kind of erratic. Fish was kind of erratic with the Spiky Shield. But yeah, he has to, and then he brings in Tapu Fini. I literally don't know that. I don't understand this. Yeah, he does. And it does nothing to this thing. It out-heals his Draining Kiss. It literally out-heals his Draining Kiss, and then Giga Drain does a million to him. Yeah, VMI had no clue how to deal with this thing. Which is kind of unfortunate. Does default? I mean, he gets rid of the spikes, but it doesn't really matter at this point. I didn't even get rid of. He went for Spiky Shield. Never mind. I'm sorry. But it literally did not matter at this point. If the spikes are here, they're not hurting the rest of his team enough. Finally gets rid of the leftovers. Takes basically how much damage here? Puts up Toxic Spikes, which he didn't need. He didn't need them. I don't know what VMI was going to do here, if I'm being honest. Fish could have gotten a 6-0 with this Maractus. This Maractus could have 6-0'd easily. It probably should have. If Fish had not switched it out, it would have 6-0'd. Just plain and simple. Does miss the Leaf Storm right there, which was pretty unfortunate, as Garchomp now gets set up. Does get the crit as well, so unfortunately Garchomp comes in and gets crit. So VMI can't see he wasn't lucky. But this match is never in doubt, because at any time, Fish can go back into Maractus and win the game. He literally felt bad for stalling him with Maractus. But honestly, VMI didn't bring anything that could beat this for Maractus. Nothing on his team could beat Maractus. Oh, we're not doing that. We're not doing that match. We won't do that match until next week, if at all. But he did bring this Moltres. This Moltres was actually a really awesome set. I do applaud Fish for this set. This Moltres set was actually pretty dope. You might actually have reason to be scared. and then he just burns all of his he burned all of his no. Fish had the set. It was Fish's set. He just sent it to Danny to see to get his approval on it, basically. But yeah, VMI just clicks recover to finish out the game just to make Fish mad. But yeah, that was all the matches from last week, and of course we already went through our match. Jeff, you already saw that one, but I do appreciate everybody for coming out. Really awesome crowd we had tonight. Probably because I went. You literally messaged me your whole team, so it doesn't matter. You get somebody to look at your team anyways. Probably helps that we had a better crowd because I actually streamed at a reasonable time, not like 9:30 at night. No. I will like do those. I'll play those I'll put those matches in here when I have replays. But I don't have any replays right now. Everything I have a replay for is already it's already been shown. So I already have everything I've got replays for. Dude, this dude will not freaking pick. Finally! And he picked Clefairy, second round. What? This dude. We had to wait 6 hours for him to pick Clefairy. What the frick? Call it quick. Actually... Ah, man. There's supposed to be a JLPC match going on tonight, and we could watch that live. Yeah. Toxicroak and then Clefairy. I don't even remember what he picked round 1. Is he the final pick in the round? No, we've already picked twice. So he was second pick. Jeff. Okay, so he's got Mega Ampharos. I mean, that was a good pick. Drew's probably not going to pick forever now, because, wait, I thought Zam said he had... I thought Zam said he had Drew's picks. No, he doesn't. Okay. No, he doesn't have their picks anyways. He doesn't have Drew's picks anyways. It's Drew. Okay, so I don't think... Shoot. Are we team building? I don't really want to team build, but I can kind of show... No, I don't want to show this team. Where's TCL? I can kind of show the TCL team that we're playing this week. I'll show both teams that I'm playing this week. because I play both of them pretty soon. So we got teams. Okay, so we are taking on Sincero this week. The tricky Zoruos. So we can go look at Teams Advanced here. We can kind of see what his weaknesses are. He's weak to ground, weak to fighting, weak to bug, weak to dark, weak to fairy. And if we look at our team, we've got Tapu Lele, so we can probably fire off. Get yourself a... Yeah, I do need a Rocky Helmet user, so this Urshi is going to be a problem to deal with. Rillaboom is going to be a problem to deal with. Serena should be able to take on the Urshi, and it's not going to like a U-turn from Rillaboom, unfortunately. Already looking at the team, I know Heracross is going to put in work here. Tapu Lele is going to put in work. Incineroar looks good as well. And Dragapult. Does Dugtrio? Dugtrio kind of looks good too. Not as good as it has in the last 2 weeks, but... why can't you use the master... Dude, you can use the master prep on your phone. And I know you can because I have an S22. So you can absolutely use that. Fish doesn't have a whole lot of weaknesses. Fire types a little bit. Ice types. Flying. Rock. Getting rocks up on him is really good. Completed? You have to, Jeff, you have to add your own teams to the prep doc. You have to add your own teams. No, it's not complicated. It's not complicated at all. Okay. God damn it, Jeff. Okay, Jeff. I'm going to do this as easy as possible. All right? So you go to Teams. You go to Teams. And you literally type your team right here on the left. And then you type your opponent's team right here on the right. All right? And then there's this little drop-down arrow. And you can change what the generation is. You can also rename these things right here. So I've renamed them for each league that I'm in. This one's probably going to be for mocks, if I do any mocks. There we go. Mocks. We don't want any words. Yeah, you have to type in the thing. Now, if you're on phone and you type this in wrong, then it's not going to give you the sprites. But look, right here, if I start typing in, now when you're on the computer, it's going to be a little bit different. When you're on the phone, you have to type it in exactly as it is. So for like this one right now, we have. What do we have in NU so far? We have Delphox and Glalie. And then once you've typed in your team over here, then you go to Matchup Center, which is down at the bottom here. You go to Matchup Center, and you go here. And right here, it's going to show you your whole team. It's going to show your team right here, and it's going to show your opponent's team right here. This is our matchup for JLPC. This is the one I was prepping for first. But if you've got multiple leagues, you can come over here to this drop-down arrow, and all of your leagues are going to be right here. Now, it does only go to 10 leagues. So if you've got more than 10 leagues, then unfortunately, You can probably add more, but you would have to add it yourself. So, yeah, you pick... Okay, let's pick TCL here. You're not in 11 leagues. You're so full of shit. Okay, so now you're on this, and you can scroll down. So like here we've got Sincero's team. This is gonna tell us what he's weak against. Here, he shows us what he's weak against. So Moonblast is gonna look really good against him. He'll probably switch into Metagross every time, but Metagross has got not a lot Spadef. Actually, it's pretty thick. Okay, so Metagross is pretty thick. It's base 70. We are base 95. Do I even need to scarf this thing? Probably should. Do you get any setup moves? Do you get any speed boosts? Oh, we could Tailwind. Okay, so we could Tailwind here. I thought Thunderous got Tailwind actually. So we get another Tailwind. Yeah, so you can see literally all your stuff. And right here, this is how you speed creep right here. So I can look down the line here, and I can see what the maximum speeds are right here. So I know his Raichu Alola, my Dragapult only has to be 351 speed to outspeed everything on his team, assuming there's no Scarfs. Which means those 70, I don't know how many points it's going to be. Oh, no, I don't know how many EVs it's going to be. But all those EVs that I don't have to put in speed, I can put straight into health. Which means that my Dragapult is going to be a little bit more bulky. So every hit he's going to take, which will take a hit or two, it is going to be a lot better. Now, looking at his team, he does have a Blissey. Do we want to go physically offensive? Yeah, we do actually want to be physically offensive on our... just kind of seeing this now. We want to be physically offensive on Dragapult. Dragapult and Heracross actually just kind of go in on his team. And honestly, the Tapu Lele does as well. Excuse me. Tapu Lele kind of does as well. Tapu Lele, we probably would have to make modest. I'm not worried about outspeeding Reboot, but probably the Rillaboom. Yeah, that's too many leaves, my dude. I don't know how you're doing that in school and all that stuff. But yeah, so probably going to be like 296 speed on our Tapu Lele. I don't even know if we need to scarf the Heracross. Probably should. But I could do like agility. Do you get agility? I don't think you get... No, you don't get agility, unfortunately. But yeah, basically one D-Dance and Dragapult kind of ruins his team. Because he can switch into the Blissey, but I can guarantee Blissey does not take 2 hits from Dragon Darts. Honestly, sub Dragon Dance Dragapult just looks really good on his team. Because he's got the resistance here from our Dragon type attack. Dragon Darts is going to break if he uses Goodra to like try to kill us. Dragon Darts is going to break that. Dude, the prep docs will make it so much easier though. That's the thing, is your 5-minute prep will be a 3.5-minute prep. Your 5-minute prep is going to be a 3.5-minute prep. He does have a very fast team, actually. Slower than ours overall. Slower than ours overall. I don't think I bring Vaporeon this week, so there's that. Because it's probably... My walls are probably Incineroar and Serena, because we can switch Incineroar in 100% of the time on Rillaboom. And whatever he goes for, if we're like... probably going to be lefties on this. We can click Drain Punch, and he probably switches... I don't know what he switches in on Incineroar, to be honest with you. Probably Urshifu. So we can either click Drain Punch or Parting Shot, and then Urshifu's weakened. Yeah, Serena looks pretty good for defensive for Urshifu. Maybe like a it's a pretty solid squad, man. It's a pretty solid squad. Or I could bring Sap Sip or Miltank. That'd be fun for the Rillaboom. But anyways, guys, I'm going to call it a stream there because I'm starting getting tired. But we will be back later this week. Probably, I think my wife works on Friday, so we'll probably do our other matches on Friday night. And I should have JLPC, TCL, and probably ZU. I'm not going to go to sleep. I'm just going to go hang out. But yeah, we'll probably have TCL, JLPC, and ZU leagues to look at later this week, because I should have 3 matches ready. So anyways, guys, thank you guys for coming out. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed. Fox out.